Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the least requested, least demanded, and the least downloaded wrestling podcast, PCW. This could be a long podcast, so strap in and shut up and don't be a little bitch about it.
The question is, are you ready? Let me talk to you. I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can.
What do you guys want to talk about?
I am that damn good.
I am the B-E-S-T.
And the color red in a world full of black and white. I am the eater of worlds. Yeah, if you're some man, acknowledge me. The champ is here. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. Hey, yo. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling. I am your host, Wayne, also known as Semi-Dry Chicken, and this is episode 103. We are going to be reviewing Saturday Night Main Event, which does involve John Cena's final match. We will be talking about who the hell is this masked men, not man, men. Has John Cena ever tapped out before? And if he has, who has made him tap out? We're going to talk about The Rock being nominated Best Male Actor of the Year. For what? We'll talk about that too. And John Cena may have signed a 5-year contract. All that and more. Let me bring up my co-host.
Hey, hey, main event Jay Uso is now in your city. It's just me, ooh. Okay, day one, it's just me, ooh. Day one, it's just me, ooh. Okay, day one, it's yeah, a lot of more love and knock them down like this. I did. Hey, it's on me now, ooh. Hey, I'ma get them all. I'ma get them all, ooh. Yeah. I'ma get them. I'ma get them.
Welcome back, Oos.
Yo, what it do, PCW crew? Main event Dre Uso is back on your podcast.
Are you eating anything this episode?
Nah, I already ate earlier. I went to the gym earlier, so I've had my post-workout meal already.
Oh, man, just curious, you know, because every episode, you're eating something sometimes, you know?
Yeah, no snacks this time around, though.
All right. No loud chips, nothing like that. Okay. All right.
Well, technically I do have snacks, but I'll save them for later.
Nice. Classy. All right. Let's bring out one of our co-hosts.
I have voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me. You got jewels in your religion, all designed to keep you safe, but when rules start getting...
Tyler, welcome back to the show, buddy.
Good evening. Thank you for having me again. Much appreciated.
Yeah, of course. There's always plenty of space here on PCW.
Always. I enjoy being here every time. Like getting to talk with these guys and, you know, going over everything in the wrestling world. I can't think of anything else better to be doing on a Wednesday night.
Oh, I could think of plenty of things to be doing. But with that said, let's bring out the man himself. Doyle, welcome back, buddy.
Pretty sure that guy's suing WWE right now. Probably should have cleared that with legal first. Anyway, it's me. It's the Doyle. And I noticed myself doing something kind of weird recently. I have 6 televisions in my house, and at any given time, at least one of them is playing Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Yeah.
And as you've probably seen the show and you know how it starts, they say in the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. And I've known that I go, especially heinous, much in the same way that often wrestling crowds will do when the referee says, 1 fall, and the crowd goes, 1 fall. I noticed I've started going, especially heinous. And my wife, I asked her, I was like, how long have I been doing this? She goes, for a while now. Well, I just noticed that I've been doing it, so. Something about me.
So you've become an SVU mark?
Oh, I've been a Stabler apologist for decades.
This is for you, Doyle.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. It takes me back.
All right.
Law and Order. Yeah. We got so much to talk about. We've only been gone for like a week. And so much has happened in a week, gentlemen.
So much.
I know, so much. Let's bring this up first. The Rock was nominated Best Male Actor for The Smashing Machine. Has anybody seen The Smashing Machine yet?
Not yet, but I do still want to watch it.
Yeah,
especially now that if he's getting award nominations, because I want to see his performance to see if these are justified or if this is Hollywood politics.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I wonder what streaming network it's going to pop up on, because, I mean, that's probably where I'll watch it. I don't see myself buying it to watch it, but I agree, Dre. Like, I'm kind of intrigued to see, man, if he got nominated, especially with the other people who are up for nominations, so must be pretty damn good.
Yeah, it is available for purchase at home, but it's not streaming yet.
Yeah.
Regardless, I probably will never watch that movie.
Yeah, no, it does. It's not on anywhere to like stream as part of a subscription, but apparently you can rent it on any other service, like Fandango, Amazon, or whatever for like looks like maybe about $10 to rent.
Yeah,
something like that. So I don't know if he gets an Oscar nom, then I'll consider renting it.
Oh, that's what it's going to take.
It's expected to be streaming. It says it's expected to be streaming on HBO Max or whatever the hell it's called by then in February or March. So a couple of months.
Well, that'd be right around Oscar season.
Yeah.
HBO Max Flicks.
Yeah. Or whatever the hell it's going to be.
Well, we'd have to see if he's even nominated for the Oscar. That's quite different than a Golden Globe.
Exactly.
But if he does, I have a friend that has an Oscar vote. I'll have to ask him if he's going to vote for The Rock if and when that day comes.
We have here, guys, in March coming up, the Peacock deal with WWE ends. So that full library content, it has to go somewhere. Any ideas where you guys would like to see it go? I mean, they said they're looking at doing a.
I've heard they're going to migrate that stuff over to the YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I was
and
hearing
the various
too.
channels that they have there.
YouTube. And you know what's funny? It's
There's a lot of stuff already on there on the YouTube. That vault is fucking awesome.
Right, and that's been real successful for them. And brought into this.
They have a WCW vault, you know.
Yep, I see it pop up every now and then where they show old WCW pay-per-views and stuff. So yeah, that stuff's actually been working out pretty well for them, which I think is why they're probably going to maybe add a few more vault channels for like Raw and SmackDown episodes or something like that.
Right.
That's probably more than likely what they're gonna do, because creating a channel doesn't cost them anything.
No, we have one. Yeah, I mean, I'm on it right now.
The library's been a mess since the WWE network ceased to be a thing in the United States. Anyway, I think they still had it internationally until whatever fucking Michigas happened this year. Now I don't know who has what.
I miss the WWE app. I very
it was
much
only
do.
$9.99 a month.
Dude, that they drove that thing hard like it was the $5 footlong, fucking song. Like $9.99. There was a $9.99 song, wasn't there? Oh my god, I gotta look for it now.
They had a giant. They had a $9.99 flag on top of the old WWE headquarters in Stamford. It was a giant $9.99 flag.
Gift cards. Don't
Hold on,
share
wait.
codes
Let me see
or
if I can
personal
pull it
details.
up here. Let me see. Oh yeah, there it is.
Gives you everything you want to see. Watch it on your tablet, phone, or TV. You don't need cable or satellite. On demand, pay-per-view, streaming all night. Every classic match you want to find. What you gonna pay? Yeah, so there you go. $9.99. Let's bring it back, dude. Everything was on that app.
Yeah.
We were paying those $60 PLE pay-per-view bills back in the day, and now it's $30 for ESPN Plus, and like we discussed to nausea, you have to get Netflix, and to watch SmackDown, you gotta have some sort of cable bill. I don't know.
Yeah, these other companies are paying them too much money. That's just not coming back.
Well, you see all the stuff about ESPN is like very upset with the deal. Apparently, ESPN is like they're like hemorrhaging money on this deal, which isn't a huge surprise.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, as we're about to talk about Saturday Night Main Event, so far since PLEs have moved over to WWE. I mean, from Peacock to ESPN.
Right.
From then till now, on paper, the best show that's taken place is probably this one that's coming up this Saturday, still on Peacock.
Yeah.
Just looking at the lineup of the cards, like, this one looks better than what we got with War Games, WrestlePalooza, which was Cheeks. And I think those are the only two they've had so far. Now, of course...
We say this about every Saturday night's main event, though. We're always like, oh, this one's going to be good.
Hence my use of the words on paper.
Yeah, right.
But, of course, we're also got WrestleMania season coming up at the top of the year. So, yeah, they may be disappointed now out of the gate because they picked a bad time to make the switch.
Right.
You switched over during a lull in WWE's PLE lineup. Maybe if y'all have stayed with the cock through the end of the year and then said, hey, beginning of the year, we're hopping off the cock and we're hopping over on ESPN, and they could have hit the ground running, it probably would have looked a whole lot better for them.
Yeah, I mean, that WrestlePalooza was just awful, and it was so rushed. None of it was, they weren't expecting to have, they weren't building towards that show. It was just like, oh, fuck, we're having a pay-per-view in 2 weeks. Like,
right.
Throw it together.
Together.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
No, you're absolutely right. That was horrible timing.
Yeah. I think that is that more than anything. They'll be smiling once they see that WrestleMania money come in. Or when they and probably when they see this, probably an influx of viewers whenever YouTube TV gets their shit together,
right?
Since they finally have their deal worked out with Disney, and we're us YouTube TV subscribers are going to get the ESPN as part of our subscription. So once they, at some point during 2026, so once they see that once they get that sorted out, they'll see an influx of viewers, and some of us will drop the VPN and all that stuff. So I mean, it's still new. We're only a couple of months into a multi-year deal, so I think it's way too early for them to be.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm stuck with a cable subscription. I'm stuck with a cable subscription that sponsors the fucking show but doesn't show it.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Fuck is that? Dude, that is kind of fucked up. I didn't even think about that.
Can't watch it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I expect eventually that they will work out some kind of fucking deal, but it's just like, what the hell? Like, why didn't you think of all? And part of the sell was like how easy the integration was going to be.
Right.
Oh, if you have cable, you automatically are going to get ESPN, whatever the fuck it's, Select Plus, Minus, whatever it's called. And that turned out not to at all be true.
Nope, you need a whole new deal, whole new contract. Yeah. Tyler, did you have the WWE app when it came out?
Did not. Unfortunately, I was secluded and unable to participate in the app. So I missed out on a lot of good stuff. WWE Network, the app, probably the last WWE Magazine. Is it still around?
I don't think the WWE Magazine is still around. Not that I know of. And if they are, I mean, they got to be so outdated. Like,
I'd be surprised if that thing still exists. Most print magazines have gone the way of the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
with everything transitioning online.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure fucking Meltzer doesn't even actually publish a physical magazine anymore. Yeah, outside of maybe the 500 or whatever. Physical media barely exists anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Wrestling Observer newsletter, quote unquote, is probably an email or a Patreon thing now.
Yeah.
One of the things that gets caught in the spam filter of your email.
Yeah, it looks like for here, what I'm seeing, last time we had any kind of WWE magazine may have been 2014. The Shield was on the cover. Who will be the next champion? The Shield.
I'm kind of surprised that it's that recent. I thought you were going to say like 2002 or something.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that makes sense to me.
Yeah, because like,
2014 is right around the time I would say when social media itself really started to blow up. Yeah, like, obviously, the internet been around long before then, but social media itself really took off in the 2010s. So that's what would really be the death nail for print media.
I'll tell you what, I found a website, Dre, that you can look at. It's an archive? Yeah, an archive of all the WWE magazines. You can look at every page. Ooh.
Wow.
I'm going to post that in our Discord. That's actually kind of cool. Like, sit here and reminisce about all the old wrestling magazines that I had and all the posters that I took out of them right away. Oh yeah, old WWE mags. We bring this up a lot, actually. We don't talk enough about the old WWE magazines. And how much money we wasted, $14 a piece or something, however fucking much they were. They were a ridiculous amount.
I think that's about what they were. It was like $14, $20 or something like that.
Yeah, and I just couldn't believe how many I would buy. That's crazy. Because then they split.
I never bought.
Yeah,
only magazine I ever subscribed to was the old Nintendo Power magazine back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Well,
so were you
subscribed to for me?
Were you that guy who like read them in the store before you left?
What, the WWE magazines?
Yep, never buy them. Just read them, right?
Pretty much with any magazine, yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, Nintendo Power. Okay, down, BB, select. Okay,
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Nintendo Power subscription for a couple of years, so those I held on to, when I got them. But other than that, anything else? Yep, right there in the store. I flip through. Okay.
Well, Nintendo Power anyway was a lot closer to Evergreen than that WWF magazine was. I mean, shit. By the time you got that thing, it would be like, Mr. Perfect just won the title, the Intercontinental title in SummerSlam or whatever. It'd be like, it's Survivor Series, and he hasn't had the title for 2 months. Like, what the?
Yeah, that was one thing that definitely hurt.
It was so out of date by the time it came out.
That is very much true.
And then sometimes they try to get ahead of something and change their mind, but it was already in the magazine. Like, since taking a turn for the dark side, so-and-so, I'm like, they didn't turn heel. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah, especially something like that where your stories can change on a whim with however Vince was feeling. Yeah, it was hard for them to keep up.
Yeah.
Most interesting thing might be maybe a superstar interview or some highlight piece, but a lot of times those were still
even that shit was all in character. Yeah. So it's like, oh, what's Ravishing Rick Rude's favorite movie? Sometimes it does.
I'm trying to think what else I want. Well, I guess you know what? We'll get into the Masked Man. I'm believing that there's more than one man at this point. I've heard.
I mean, physically under the hood, that's what the Dirts are saying. They've had somebody different each time.
Now, like I have theories on what I've been hearing. Like we discussed this last time. We think it might be Austin Theory. I did bring this up, and I've heard a lot of chatter about Jericho. Now, we all know. We all talked about it. That clearly was not Jericho who jumped the cage or even was on this week. But the rumor is that maybe they're trying to prolong who it is until Jericho's contract is fully up at the end of the year. Prolonging the story.
I mean, is there ever? I was trying to think of this earlier today.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single
reason.
Not a single. Oh no, not a single time when who is the mystery person? The reveal was something good, like anything other than utterly disappointing.
Yeah.
Like.
And like the other fruit.
I don't mind. I don't mind the mystery man runs in and pulls the hood off right then and there. But the longer any of this shit goes on, the more disappointing it gets. The higher power, disappointing. Vince's illegitimate son, disappointing. The Raw GM, disappointing. Who hit Stone Cold with the car, disappointing. It's just like, the Black Scorpion is the king of the disappointing. I was just about to say,
you gotta take it back to the OG, the Black Scorpion, just to be fucking Ric Flair.
And that's basically what they're doing now, especially if they're putting different people under the mask to throw off the crowd or whatever. Like, I wonder if they even have a plan at all. Do they even know who it is right this second? Like, are they just flying by the seat of their pants?
That's what it feels like. It really feels like they're just winging this shit. Like, all right, we're going to have a mystery person come out. And then it happened. And then everybody got to talking and speculating and probably essentially figured it out immediately. And they're like, fuck, everybody knows.
Everybody knows it's Austin Theory. Shit, we got to do something else.
Right, we got to pivot. We got to figure out something. All right, we'll have another person come out, and it'll be a different person. So we'll throw them off the scent. And who knows? Maybe we'll stretch. And somebody may have floated the idea. Maybe we'll stretch it out and reveal it to be Jericho, which, for the record, would be the dumbest,
stupid
fucking thing. Like, of all options it could be, he would be the worst option for them to go with of Chris Jericho because canonically speaking, whoever this masked character turns out to be, canonically speaking, this person has scaled a cage with relative speed and done 2 curb stomps with considerable height on the stomp, neither of which Chris Jericho is capable of doing. So you're not about to have him rip that hood off and have me sit here and believe that the motherfucker who climbed that cage and stomped fucking Punk and who was it this past Monday? whoever it was this past
Rey
Monday,
Mysterio.
stomped their and stomped Rey's
and
Punk's head into the mat was Chris Jericho. Like, you're not going to get me to canonically or kayfabe believe that shit.
Right, unless
so don't even waste the time on Jericho.
Unless it's more than
like Doyle
one
said,
man.
Just reveal who the hell it is.
Yeah.
Stop dragging this shit out. Everything doesn't need to be a long, dragged out mystery of who done it. Just give us the person and move on. It's interesting, but it ain't that damn interesting.
Man.
Yeah, and they've run a couple whodunits lately. I mean, they're not all the same, obviously, but at the end of the day, a whodunit plot is the same no matter how you're doing it. Whether it's who attacked Jade. I feel like there was another one, and then there's now this one with the mask guy. Yeah. It's like, come on. I mean,
yeah, and I was gonna say the who attacked Jade one. That's probably the only one that worked out. That's the only one I could say that I think they executed well. And the only reason why they executed it well is because mostly because of the execution of the reveal and the fact that Jade came down there and you had the two most likely subjects in the ring, Naomi and Liv. And up until the absolute last second, they put it towards Liv and pretty much didn't reveal it to be Naomi, even though people were speculating it, did not confirm it to be Naomi pretty much until Jade swung on Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
And they also went away from it for a while.
Yeah.
You know, like it happened maybe Bianca like spent the next week or two being like, oh, we got to figure this out. And they never mentioned it for like 2 months until Jade suddenly appeared out of nowhere. You know, like.
Yeah, but what made it work the best was the execution of the reveal. Jade coming to the ring, beating the dog shit and whooping the dog shit out of Naomi with Bianca on the sideline, losing her mind in the cage.
Yeah, and she can't do anything, doesn't know what's going on.
Exactly. Like, the execution is what worked on that. I don't see, like, they're not going to do something that well with somebody pulling a hood off and a mask off. So I don't see what the point is in dragging this out. Unless they feel like they're going to try to make this kickoff show at the beginning of the year a huge deal, and they're looking to pad this show with this as well. Since we already have the Braun Breaker CM Punk match. Oh, right. God, that's probably what the fuck they're going to do. That reveal's probably going to the reveal's probably going to happen in that fucking match.
Well, they've got so many taped shows coming up. You know, they're certainly not going to reveal it on a taped show, you know.
Yeah, because it'll leak online immediately.
Yeah, right. So I mean, that first Raw of the year might be the earliest.
Yep, that's what they're going to do. God damn it. Whether that means Punk loses the title or not, we'll see. But that's probably when we're going to get the reveal.
I heard somebody else chatter online about Montez Ford, and I was like, I commented like, where and why? Like, where does that come from?
He's supposedly been one of the people wearing the hood.
That's
supposedly he was the one Monday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, supposedly it was Theory under the hood at Survivor Series and Montez under the hood at Raw this past Monday.
Right. So, like, what the fuck's the payoff? If it's not really going to be these guys and they're just being staged, who is it really?
I'm still hoping and thinking that it's Austin Theory, and I think they just put somebody with a different build under it just to fuel the speculation and try to throw people off the scent.
Right. I mean, yeah. They've been putting a lot of focus on
the only thing I can think of that they could possibly do maybe to swerve us even further is if we get more than one person. If we get two people out there at the same time.
We already have more than one Americano. Do we need multiple masks there?
No, we don't. But if the only way that could possibly work is if we get multiple people at the same time, is if both of them unmask at the same time. Right. And it turns out the hooded man was actually hooded men. And we get maybe both of them joining the Vision.
Speaking of hooded man, did anybody see that somebody speculated Zoe Stark might be one of the or might be the reveal? It's silly, but
Joey.
So I saw that theory.
Oh, I did hear that.
Zoe.
Yeah, it could be
Zoe.
Zoe.
Zoe Stark.
I saw that floated out. I was like, I don't think so.
Way too small.
Yeah. It would be interesting if it was a woman, though.
That would be.
It's not a woman.
But outside of the Judgment Day.
It'd be okay if it was.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to have maybe more than one, multi-gender faction other than just Judgment Day.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe a little different. Now Judgment Day has 3 women.
For now.
Mm-hmm. You mean Dom has 3 women?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty Dom the GOAT.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's. I want to get into this PLE here, and then kind of spin off some stuff off of it. I mean, there's only 4 matches so far. I mean, I doubt they'll add another match. I feel like
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think a lot of it's going to be video buff filler. And it starts, guys. It starts at 8:00. This is a later PLE for us. I mean, we've been used to the 7:30.
Yeah, and it's. I think last Saturday night's main event. Oh, the first one that was exclusively on Peacock, and I think I said something like, "Well, they were constrained by 2 hours," and then it wasn't even 2 hours. Oh, maybe it'll go 2.5 hours, and it was like 1 hour and 45 minutes or something. But again, we're not constrained with time here. So, hopefully Cena's speech at the end isn't cut off like Bill Goldberg's.
Right.
Yeah.
Assuming that his matches last, which
I can't. I mean, all these rumors about it going first, I get it, but won't that just kill the fucking crowd for the rest of the show?
I think so too.
It would.
What? It just seems asinine. I get you don't, if you want to give back and not make it about you and blah, blah, blah. I get that. But what the hell was going to be left after? What's left after that?
Right.
I don't want to see, fucking Dragon Lee and after that, I don't care.
Yeah, he has to be last, just if for no other reason, just because of the emotional weight that's going to happen with his last match. That's going to, if you put that on first, you are going to suck all of the emotion out of people. And that between the match itself happening, obviously there's going to have to be some sort of acknowledgement, or he's got to give some sort of maybe a farewell speech or something, but there has to be something post-match acknowledging the end, not just, all right, the match happens and he just walks out. That's going to leave the audience disappointed and upset.
The only thing I can think is if they do it and do it first, and either Gunther low blows him right off the bat and pins him or something like that, and then they do something else where there's a mystery, or someone, maybe Dwayne's there and says, "Wait, you're not going out like that. It's going to be you and me in the main event," or something to end the show. That's the only way I could see them doing something to start. Because it just makes no sense if Cena has the match, his career is over, and that's it. And then you're going to have 3 more matches after that?
Right. And one thing
I can see something where he gets screwed over somehow in that opening segment, and then they bring it back at the end somehow. That's the only way I could see it working.
Yeah, and WWE is not that creative right now. If they've shown us anything with these Saturday night main events, is that they play them safe as hell.
Right.
Which, in this case, it works to their benefit, given that all 4 of these matches are exhibitions, basically. There aren't any titles on the line, no real stakes or storylines, really, other than potentially for Gunther, depending on the outcome of his match with Cena. But other than that, they can afford to play it safe. And if you're going to play it safe like you have been doing, then Cena's match has to go last. It has to be the climax.
Is that tag match isn't a title match?
Nope.
No.
It's just an exhibition.
Yeah.
Cena mentioned that in the interview he did with Chris Van Vliet. This was kind of, not the whole Saturday Night Main Event was his idea, but it kind of sort of was a bit, in the sense that he wanted this, or his goal, his final, to be a showcase of the future. So that's why we're getting all of these veterans or established stars taking on NXT talent in the matches, because he wanted to highlight the future and make it about, showing people what's next, as opposed to making it just about him and his goodbye. So all these matches are basically executions. I mean, not executions, fucking exhibitions.
That'd be a very different show.
Oh, is this the one in Saudi? The exhibitions, I like it. Very good. Executions, very nice.
They're all going to be exhibitions. Basically, just go out there and let them cook.
Yeah, I mean, John Cena said he wanted NXT wrestlers on this card, and that's great, man. Like, that's great, because let's get into this card here. Bayley versus Sol Ruca.
He said, "Oh, go ahead."
Yeah, Bayley versus Sol Ruca. Right off the bat, like, I think I'm excited about seeing Sol Ruca in this match.
Match of the night.
Yeah, match of the night. I'm excited to see a Soul Snatcher.
You think this is going to be match of the night?
It's going to be really good, I think.
It's going to be good.
I'm way more interested in this. I'm way more interested in this than I am in the other two.
You don't think the tag match is going to be?
I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm not interested.
That's my pick for match of the night.
Yeah.
I think that match is going to steal the show, the tag team match.
I think it'll be really fun, but it doesn't interest me as much as Bayley and Sol Ruca does.
I honestly believe. I mean, I can call it down right now. I feel like. I feel like this one we could see Bayley lose, and we could see an NXT star go over tonight, as Sol Ruca. I mean, I think so. I think she's been getting a hell of a lot of momentum on NXT. I think Bayley could take a fucking L to Sol Ruca.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, what do you think?
It's definitely going to be an interesting match. I think they both have great technicality.
Yeah.
They both take to the air, and I think maybe Bayley. I see Bayley coming out on top. I see her. I see the Soul Snatcher attack, and Bayley somehow outmaneuvers and gets the win. But it should be a good one.
All right, Dre, what are you thinking?
I'm with you on this one. I think Bayley is probably going to take the L in this one. I think she's going to put over Sol Ruca. Sol is one of the brightest stars in NXT. She's definitely got superstar potential written all over her. Her character is pretty well developed and unique from most others. She is a high flyer for the ages right now, and has, in my opinion, one of the best finishers in the women's division. That Soul Snatcher is a fucking sight to be
in the whole company.
Yeah. Like, it's got the name and the look, and every time she executes it, it looks brilliant. So she's got it all, and given that this is the one match as far as one of two matches that doesn't involve a champion in it, this is where the space is for an NXT star to go over a main roster star without it hurting the main roster people or hurting that champion. So yeah, I definitely think Sol Ruca is going to pull out the win on this one, and this should be a excellent match. Like, a great showcase for her, getting her in front of an audience this big, probably bigger than they've ever had on NXT, which is one of the things that John Cena also said as far as his thinking behind this Saturday main event is also putting these NXT stars on a big stage and seeing if they've got what it takes. So it's basically like, here it is, big crowd, big lights, go out there, let's see if they got it. See if they're ready for the big time. And I think in this match, Sol Ruca is definitely going to show that she's ready for the big time.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. I think this might be her chance to get called up to the main roster. I think for all these guys, putting on a good show. This is, I don't know, man. It's a good opportunity because some of these people I think should have been called up a while ago. Let's get into the tag match. AJ Styles. Oh, this one is for the tag team
Did Doyle
titles.
give his thoughts on the?
Oh yeah, Doyle.
I'm just looking forward to it. I think for me personally, this is the match I'm most excited about. Sol Ruca's is fucking incredible. That what's it, Soul Snatcher is fucking unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
And Bayley's great, and she just had that training camp she did for a bunch of indie ladies over the weekend. So she's definitely. I guess you don't get a hell of a lot of main roster versus NXT matches. I feel like the main roster wrestler should win 95% of the time. Right? It should be pretty rare for an NXT star to be the main roster person, but this is definitely a place where I can see that happening, especially in light of the fact that Bayley's so magnanimous. So if any of the three NXT matches or NXT talents are going to win, this would probably be the one.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Bayley is more than selfless enough to say, "Yep, give her the dub. I don't care."
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. The tag match. This one's actually for the World Tag Team titles.
No, it's not.
It's not? It's listed here.
All these matches, from what I understand, are just exhibitions. No titles are on the line.
The Wikipedia says it is, but then the WWE website doesn't. It says the tag team champions, but it doesn't say it's a tag team championship match.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that said it's for the tag titles.
Yeah, here on the Wikipedia it says tag team match for the World Tag Team titles. Yeah, and the only other...
the graphic doesn't say tag team title match.
Yeah.
Graphics never lie.
Yeah, and then again, everything could fucking change. Who knows what could happen on Friday?
Yeah.
But they have been defending those titles, I think, every week, right? Just about. They just defended them again against the Viking Raiders, the War Raiders.
Yeah, out of fucking
I forgot
nowhere.
they were even on the roster.
Right. Like, New Day's been championing for a match, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're like, "Yeah, Viking Raiders, we're going to snatch them up from catering and give them a title match." Out of nowhere.
What's the fat one? He looks like somebody shaved, gritty.
Is
the worst thing that ever happened. Ivar, yeah. The worst thing that ever happened to him was his tag partner coming back, right? Because he was having a nice little solo push.
Yeah,
and then he might have got hurt, but then his partner came back, and they were the stupid Viking Raiders again. It's just like, oh, whatever. He was actually kind of fun as a single.
Yeah, and are they still doing the Viking thing, or are they the bikers? What is it now?
I don't know what the hell they are.
Admittedly, I did not pay attention to their gear. I know they had the Viking thing, then they were just like bikers and War Raiders, and like you said, Ivar had he was cooking as a solo.
Yeah.
And then his partner came, or I think he did get injured, and they just decided to keep them both out till they both were ready to come back, and then they brought them back, and then promptly sent them to catering.
Yeah, he had the shit. Yeah.
And then brought them back for a tag title match.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was he at least had a U.S. title match or something at some point. Or he might have been in a fatal four-way to be number one. Something. He was close. He wasn't really in contention for a singles title, but he was kind of in the conversation anyway.
Yeah, he was in a tournament or something like that, and had a couple good showings in the match.
Yeah.
But either way, to their credit, at least they're trying to apparently do something with the World Tag Title scene now. I mean, we got New Day.
Yeah, I mean,
the Raiders back in the position. We got AJ and Dragon Lee as the champions. Usos are back in the picture now. So at least they're trying.
We'll see how long that lasts. Well, we've kind of joked before. They can get one of the divisions going at once, but they can't do two, and they certainly can't do all three. But the women's division actually seems like it's going decent. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get two going. They have SmackDown going for a little while, but that seems to have completely fallen apart.
Yep.
Yeah, they have. We just talked about last episode how many tag teams were just like recently thrown together. It seems like everybody's in a tag team now. But I mean, that's good. The tag team division needed it. It was kind of lacking competitors.
Yeah, but at least these are pairings that make sense.
Right.
It's not just like random star. You're a tag team now. Go out there and make it work.
Yeah.
Like, pairings are people who make sense. Whether it's the Usos, is obviously former tag teams, or Rhea and Io, who have formed this friendship over months, and now if they're going forward as a tag team, it makes sense. Kabuki Warriors makes sense. Roxanne and Raquel, Judgment Day, makes sense. And Nia and Lash, they're the newest ones, but, it somewhat makes sense that, Nia has personally selected her based on a match they had in NXT, and she's called up to the main roster. So there's at least a logical thread to follow for their pairing. So this is better than throw two darts at the wall and wherever they hit, you're a tag team now.
Right. Oh, like AJ Styles and Dragon Lee?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Our current world tag team champions. Like, dude, like, their tag team name could be literally, I think they discussed it, AJ Lee.
AJ Lee.
Very random fucking
That's what the
tag
fans
team.
keep chanting.
I know, and it's like, I hope AJ Styles kind of gets away from the tag team division soon. And, he has 1 year left, and he's going to retire. I hope he starts.
I think this is kind of just treading water for him until they go into his retirement program.
Right. Yeah, I mean, get him and Dragon
Apparently,
Lee.
he said he doesn't want a retirement tour like John Cena did.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing that Cena revealed in his interview with Chris Van Vliet. He pitched the same thing to AJ Styles, and AJ just looked and said, "Dude, I'm 48."
Well, I like AJ Styles fine and all, but not everybody should or is worthy of getting this kind of treatment. Right. And I hate to say, but sorry, I don't think AJ Styles, especially in light of the fact that so much of the best years of his career were elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. I kind of agree. He doesn't need a whole year. He could maybe have a storyline that goes for a few months and then let him go out, and I'm good with that.
He doesn't need a new T-shirt in every market, and yeah.
Kind of makes me wish we had a heel GM right now, because AJ Styles would probably be the perfect person to have I'm going to force you out. Management try to force him out, and he keeps fighting them off. Similar to what was it? Didn't Ric Flair do that in WWE?
Yeah, I loved Ric Flair's retirement program was basically the next time I lose, I'm going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that was fun. That was really fun.
I think that would be perfect for AJ Styles.
Yeah,
if that could be it. Like, hey, my next loss, even if he declares himself, like, look, I'm going to keep going until I lose. The next time I lose, I'm done. And then he just has match after match with whoever. And that's the big mystery in going into each match, or the interest in each match. Is this the one he loses? Nope. If I lives to fight another day, is this the one he loses? And then it just happens. Like, don't hype it up like my final match. It's like, no, he just, at some point, he loses.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Bum, bum, bum. They're going to verse Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Now, those are two guys I haven't heard of. Maybe I haven't really seen much of their stuff on NXT. Have any of you guys seen any of their matches?
Yeah. Oh, you better learn how to pronounce his name, because you're going to be hearing a lot more from Mr. Evans.
Your boy is bouncy. This dude.
I don't watch a hell of a lot of NXT, and I know all about Javon Evans.
Yeah, you need to look him up, Wayne, because Javon Evans got superstar written all over him.
All right.
Wayne, if you haven't seen his work, you are in for a treat. this week.
All right, that's what I'm excited for. Like,
because
some fresh meat
that
for
boy
me, man.
can fly. He can absolutely fucking fly. You didn't watch his match in the. He had a match with. Didn't he have a match with Gunther? In the last Time Is Now tournament. When did Javon Evans and Gunther in the opening?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He had a match with Randy.
Yeah, he had a match with Randy Orton in NXT that was great. God, he's
had a couple of matches with Femi. Didn't he just win the
Iron
weird?
Survivor? Yeah, he just won the Iron Survivor match at the last NXT PLE at Deadline, so he's the number one contender for the NXT title. So he's about to face Obafemi again at it was called New Year's Evil. So yeah, Javon Evans. I'm not saying he needs to be called up to the main roster. No, I still think he needs more time in NXT.
Polish.
Yeah, he's still needs some polish.
He's got all of the tools. I think that's fair to say.
Exactly. When you want to talk about the future, he's it. He is the future.
Well, I gotta check him out. Tyler, do you have you heard? Have you seen some of these matches?
I have not. I'm having a slight issue with some of my technology, so I haven't been able to keep up with everything. So it's like hearing you guys talk about it, I'm getting a fill in, and I'm like puzzle pieces are being filled. So I'm greatly appreciative. If there is anything that I can offer insight in, though, I'm glad to do that.
I mean, like you and me, like this weekend, this will be a treat because like I'm excited to see how this. Like we discussed earlier.
Yeah,
like, this
I'll tell you what, I'm not super familiar with the TNA guy.
Okay.
Slater is. I've seen a little bit of his work. Slater can absolutely cook too.
Yeah,
he's another one of those high flyer guys, almost in a. This is gonna sound bad, but it's not meant to be an insult. But in a Ricochet type, in terms of in-ring performance, like he can absolutely cook. I think he has more personality than Ricochet, but as far as the in-ring work, he's kind of that guy, that type. Both of them two together are definitely good in the ring together. They've got good chemistry with each other. I think about it. Even Swerve Strickland had high praise for Javon Evans,
right.
and Slater and them in an interview. I think he did with Chris Van Vliet, because people were talking about people were saying like Javon Evans is better than Swerve Strickland, and Swerve said like, yeah, they're right. At 21 years old, Javon Evans is better than I was at 21 years old.
Yeah,
like hell, Javon Evans is 21 is better than I was at 30. That's how it's supposed to be. Next generation looks at what the people did in the past did, and they take it to the next level. So, and he's like, and that's exactly what guys like Javon Evans and Leon Slater and them are doing. Mm-hmm. They looked at people like myself and Ricochet and other ones, and they're taking what we did and taking it to that next level. So, yeah, both of them have bright futures ahead of them with their work.
I think Javon Evans has a lot of Jeff Hardy in him. Like in terms of like I don't know, he just does little things differently than everybody else, and he puts a little twist on stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, just even normal moves. He just kind of does stuff sometimes a little differently than other people, and that's kind of cool, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely has a way of making simple things his own, because his finisher is just a cutter. But what makes it his unique is, one, the height that he gets on it, and that little flex that he does before he lands it. Just that little subtle nuance that he puts on his version of it makes it stand out and makes it unique.
Things.
Yeah. He definitely, I can definitely see that Jeff Hardy aspect to him without the crash and burn.
Sure. Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, y'all are in for a treat if y'all haven't seen him. Y'all can go into this match blind, or you can go on YouTube and look him up, see some highlights or some his matches, and get a sense of what you're in for.
Cool. Yeah.
But this is my pick on what I think is going to be the match of the night.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously AJ and Dragon Lee are gonna. If this is a tag match, regardless title match, I mean, I still think they're gonna get the W, but it's gonna be a hell of a match. So
yeah, I do think AJ and Dragon Lee are gonna win.
Yes, I agree.
Whether the title's on the line or not.
Cool. I mean, Tyler, I guess you're in agreement, son. A little bit of insight. I mean, do you think they're gonna have the NXT guys go over?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll just move on. This match could probably be the one that's gonna open. It would make the most amount of sense. Cody Rhodes versus the NXT champion Femi. Yeah. I've seen a few. Yeah, I've seen a few of his matches. He's a big sumbitch. 6'6", 310 pounds. He's a big guy.
The ruler.
Man. Do you guys think it's too late to bring this guy to the main roster? And do you think we'll ever get him in the same ring with Brock Lesnar? I mean,
too late.
Shit, I know, right?
In my opinion, he should have came to the main roster.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of these people might be people who should have been to the main roster already.
But honestly, if they're gonna bring him up and fuck it up, I'd rather him spend an extra year and a half, whatever it is, in NXT. There's another reason I don't pay that much attention to NXT, because you fall in love with these NXT talents and they call them up to the main roster and they fuck it up. Now, I don't know if Femi is fuck upable, but if they don't have anything for him on the main roster, I'd rather them leave him in NXT unless they're absolutely ready to do something with him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I agree with that completely, and that's my one concern or why I think maybe they have not brought him up, because they didn't have anything planned for him, or they didn't have an idea of what to do with him other than just call him up, which is why my pitch for him to be called up to the main roster was around the U.S. title. I thought the role that Ilya Dragunov has played, don't get me wrong, I like Ilya Dragunov. I was a fan when he got first called up. I saw his matches in NXT. Like the guy. But I thought that role should have gone to Femi.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Femi should have been the one to debut on the main roster, answering Sami Zayn's open challenge, and defeat him and become U.S. champion in his debut. It would be consistent with his character of being the ruler, and you get another big monster type guy with some ability, with some character, with some presence, who could have taken that and went with it. And I think, because I feel like the U.S., this open challenge has kind of lost a little bit of its luster since Ilya Dragunov has gotten it. His matches don't suck, but they don't seem to be as exciting as what they were with Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing.
Who are you when you're done with Dre?
What?
Sami Zayn praising. I don't believe it.
Hey, I give credit where credit is due.
I'm just breaking your mind.
But yeah, they're not as interesting. And then they're doing the whole thing with Tommaso Ciampa wanting a shot, and Dragunov was not giving it to him. How the fuck is that consistent with an open challenge? I'm not going to give it to you because you're a jackass. So? Open challenge. Anyone can step the fuck up.
People should be fighting in the aisle to try to get to the ring to answer the challenge, right?
Right. And this guy's
I kind of feel like
I'll face anybody except you because I don't like you. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I kind of feel like that's beneath Femi, though. I kind of feel like when they bring him up, he's going to be immediately in the main event picture. I could see him being, not winning the Rumble maybe, but being in the Final Four, as recently as next month. Yeah, I think his debut will and needs to be even bigger than that. So, I don't know.
I get your point. I get what you're saying. My thing would just be that he could have been the dominant U.S. champion. It would have been basically just people stepping up and getting beat down. It was opposed to, like, it'd still be an open challenge, but he'd be looking for someone to actually challenge him. And that's how you build him up, is just this dominant big deal. It wouldn't be in the same. It'd make the U.S. Open. It'd make the Open Challenge a little bit different, as opposed to what Sammy was doing, where he was just having banger matches after banger matches and making people think he might actually lose. Whereas Oba would just basically monopolize it for a moment. Like, whoever wants it, come and get it. All right, you come in the ring, I'm whooping your ass. Who's next? And like I said, his character of being the ruler. I am the ruler of the U.S. of this U.S. title, and I'm looking for somebody to challenge me. His reign could be something to the U.S. title similar to what Gunther was doing with the IC title. And that would have been the way to build him up until somebody actually is worthy enough or good enough to finally defeat him. Or if you really want to strap the rocket to him, let him become what we haven't seen in a while, a double champion of U.S. and eventually WWE champion. You just push him all the way, and then eventually, he becomes WWE champion and drops the U.S. title. But that's a way to have something to do with him and make him a big deal. And I thought that would have worked out much better than what we're currently getting with Dragunov.
I see that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Cody Rhodes isn't going to put him over, but I bet he's going to make him look fucking good in that ring. I mean,
I was going to say, I bet you he's going to come really fucking close.
Yep. And, it's going to take notice when this man comes back to the main roster. It's like, I didn't beat you, but I pushed you to your limit, I'm excited for this match.
I don't know that we're going to get a winner in this match.
Ooh, you think it's going to be like a DQ?
That's a possibility, too.
I think they're going to want to, given that they're both obviously the champion of their division, like Cody WWE and Oba NXT. I don't know if they want the NXT champion or Oba Femi to take an L, even if it's to the top guy in Cody. Maybe it happens, but I would not be surprised if we get a no finish in this. Because
that's a great point.
I think Drew's going to show up and interfere in this match, and that's going to lead to a no contest. That's my prediction.
That's smart booking.
I think Drew's going to cause it a no finish. Now, and if we potentially get that Oba, Femi, Drew McIntyre face to face, ooh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Drew McIntyre interfering sounds pretty damn possible after what happened this week.
Yeah, I mean, that would be some juicy work. Obviously, they wanted to get in any type of brawl, but I could see Oba being pissed off that, Drew interfered in this match and Oba getting right up in Drew's face, and we just get that juicy ass stare down. And then Cody probably comes in and tries to attack Drew and get some more licks in or whatever. But I'm not picking a winner in this one because I think it's going to end in no contest because of Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that's good thinking.
Yeah, actually, I kind of agree now. I mean, after all the shit that have been... And I don't understand why we're still doing this Cody and Drew feud. I'm kind of... we're just constantly feeding Drew to Cody, and Drew's just losing just back to back to back to Cody.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cody's not as interesting as the Drew Punk feud, definitely.
No, exactly. Yeah. Because every time Drew gets fed to Cody, I was like, I know Drew's never going over. It's unfortunate. Drew has only been heavyweight champion for all but 5 minutes as a heel. So yeah, I agree. Tyler, who do you think is going to win this match, man? Let me get your thoughts in this.
Rhodes. I'm going to lock in with Cody Rhodes. Although I am compelled to agree with Dre, I feel like he's on the right track. So I will say, if there is a winner, it would be Cody Rhodes. I think he's, the top guy. He likes being the top guy, and, the top guy always wins. So, but like Doyle said, Oba's probably going to get hella close to pulling a W out. Might show Cody a couple of things to keep him on his toes for a face-to-face encounter in the future. But at the end of the day, either interference or Cody wins. But I lean towards Cody getting a clean win.
Mm-hmm. Cody with a clean win.
Cody with a clean win. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A clean win. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Doyle, you in agreement? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I mean, I was all prepared to say Cody, but Dre really sold me on no contest or DQ. So I'm going to go with that. That makes a lot of sense to me. If not, yeah, I don't think Oba Femi is going to win.
Right.
Although maybe he should. It'd be a lot more interesting if he did.
Yeah, that'd be hella interesting. Cody's the champion, and then this dude Oba just comes up there and just whoops his ass. So now Cody's got something to live in fear of. Like, fuck. That dude comes up to the main roster. I hope they send him to Raw.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Gee, we could use more people on Raw. We could use some fresh meat on Raw. Tired of seeing the same fucking feuds every week. Yeet this, Judgment Day that. Man, that's all Monday Night Raw is, man. Yeeting and Judgment Day.
They could use some shuffling.
A little bit.
I think the problem right now is just that it's the same people the last couple of months in the main event scene. It's the Vision, and then on the other side, Punk, Jay, LA Knight, Jimmy in and out, and Roman in and out.
Mm-hmm.
It's been the same people for months, but we have without any real resolution. Although maybe War Games is the final resolution that we've gotten, because at least now it seems like we're just going forward towards Braun and Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens at the beginning of the year. We'll see. Maybe they shake it up finally.
Well, guys, let's get on to what we pray to God is the main event. And that is John Cena's last match. His retirement match against Gunther. Who, Gunther beat Javon Evans. Is that how you say it? It's a submission.
Yeah.
And then Carmelo Hayes with a pinfall. And then Solo Sikoa with a pinfall. Got him here through the tournament. And then LA Knight. Finally. Whew. You know what? I have a theory that... Man, this is a hot take, I guess, because everybody's going to have a little different opinion here. Alright. We know that John Cena has only tapped out 3 times in his career. 4 times. 4 times by 3 guys. Does anybody remember who those people are?
Yep.
I have it sitting in front of me, so I already know.
Okay.
Jericho, Benoit, and Kurt Angle.
Okay. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, spoiler alert.
You shouldn't have asked us at the beginning of the show, because we immediately went to the Google.
Yeah, I went to the Google. But only 3 wrestlers.
He also there was one. He had a technical submission once. Oddly enough, it fell on Rusev Day. When he passed out in the accolade.
Right.
Which counts. He didn't tap out, though.
And I was kind of thinking the something similar, Doyle, of maybe the way this might end.
Yes, I would agree, especially since they made such a deal out of Gunther saying never give up or whatever.
Yeah.
He made such a big deal of that in this promo. Yeah,
Right.
I agree with you.
And
I think if Cena doesn't win, which I don't think is entirely off the table,
right.
but if he doesn't win, I think it'll be him passing out rather than submitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd be okay with that. Gunther has made plenty of people, pass out to his fucking finisher. So why not? I know a lot of people weren't really all that happy with the decision that we're getting Gunther, but I believe that Gunther's the right guy at the right place, the right time. I know a lot of people are pissed we didn't, they were clamoring for like Jericho or Edge or, but the thing is these guys are what are we requesting his last retirement match be against somebody else who pretty much should be on their way to retirement as well? I mean, I like the idea of putting over an active wrestler on the roster. He's no spring chicken. Gunther's in his 30s, but still, he's an active roster member.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I've thought about this a lot because I think I even advocated for Javon Evans winning the whole thing earlier when we originally talked about this. But same thing. But I've completely changed my tune on it, and I'll tell you why. Because yes, both of those guys are, and the Femi and Trick Williams and those kind of people are absolutely the future people. Yes, absolutely, they could use a huge boost that is, beating Cena is final match is, but they aren't ready to go main event WrestleMania tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Gunther is. He hasn't done that yet. He's been the runner-up champion, but he still hasn't he hasn't been WWE champion. He still has a level up to go, as dominant as he's been. And he's a guy that can do it and will do it right now. Not next year, not in 5 years, like tomorrow, right now. And that's why I don't have any problem with it being Gunther. And at first I kind of did, but the more I thought about it, Gunther's ready to take the ball and put it over the goal line. Mm-hmm. If you give the ball to Trick Williams, say, he has to run 80 yards with the ball still, Gunther's ready to put it in the end zone right fucking now.
You are 100% correct in that. I had the same thinking on that at first as well. And just like you, I put some thought into it and came to that same conclusion. There's levels to being the next one up. You could be the next one up in terms of being main roster, next one up in terms of being a superstar, and then there's main event top guy next one up. And right now, the person who most fits that right now amongst the quote-unquote next generation is Gunther, hands down. There's nobody else on that level. Braun Breaker's not there yet. Oba's not there yet. Trick isn't there yet. And anyone else is now, not next. So he is absolutely the one who's next. So if you're going to have top guy John Cena, give that rub to the next top guy, heel or babyface, it has to be Gunther. Mm-hmm. And that's the only one that really makes any kind of sense. That's where it did not work for Solo when he beat John Cena. That's where it didn't work for Austin Theory when he beat John Cena, because they were going over a top guy, but they were not themselves ready to be that next top guy. So that's why the rub that should have come from them beating him didn't really manifest, because they weren't ready to take that big of a step yet, whereas Gunther is. So, yeah, you nailed it right on the head, Doyle. That's the exact reason why it makes sense for Gunther to be in this position. Now, whether he wins or not, TBD. And it could go either way.
I thought it was a foregone conclusion that Cena would lose, but I've also come around on that a little bit. I'm still leaning towards Gunther wins, and I'm leaning towards he caused him to pass out rather than actually submit or whatever. But I don't think Cena winning is totally off the table either.
Right. Definitely that, because, I mean, obviously the old classic wrestling adage is that you go out on your back. And that's your way of, paying it forward, of putting over the next generation. So, and John Cena being a student of wrestling, I could see him very much being that. And honestly, I could see him making that decision himself, even if somebody tried to, even if, say, they were like Triple H and them in their booking was like, we're going to have you win. I could see Cena shutting that down, saying, no, I'm losing this match. But we have to, no, I'm losing this match.
This might be like it might be a reverse screw job where like Gunther's purposely trying to like put his shoulders on the mat. Like Cena's like, no. Gunther's trying to lose against Cena's wishes. That might be kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, and Cena losing is consistent with what he's been saying about this whole farewell in this final match, is that it's about the next people. He just wants to go out there, have his match, and pass it on to the next guys. So him winning this match doesn't really do anything for anyone. Him winning this match doesn't give back to the business in any way, shape, or form. But him losing to Gunther and giving Gunther that accolade, that's his final gift back. That's him giving back. And then obviously Gunther can have his celebration or whatever and walk off, and then the show closes out with, everyone giving their final farewell to John Cena.
Oh, God,
yeah, I could see a situation similar. Remember after Flair retired and they did like the whole, everybody came to the ring, and Undertaker came out and did this little weird bow thing. I could see something like that happening here.
Yeah, that part has. Yeah, I think that's more important than who wins the match.
I agree.
Is, the farewell afterwards.
And I think I said it.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say.
You go.
All right. I was going to say, it doesn't need to be like what Cena's been doing, where he just walks off, says something to the camera, then goes behind the curtain. Like, this is it. This is the final farewell. You need to give it to the fans and let them.
This is going to be a 5-minute ovation. Yeah.
Right. Like, let them say goodbye. Let the guys in the back, let the men and the women in the back come out there and just.
Yeah.
It goes out with everybody in the ring saying their farewells to John, and let people make the prop bets on who's going to make Cena cry.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, I really like the idea. I think I said it before, but I like the idea of Gunther retiring Goldberg and then Cena and then going and retiring AJ Styles next year and kind of incorporating, like, I retire people into his character. I think might be a fun evolution of the Gunther character.
I mean, I like
maybe
it.
Even Lesnar.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. There's talk about Lesnar retiring quite soon as well. I heard that rumor going
only because once again that John Cena said something. He didn't spoil anything, but again, in the same interview that he did with Chris Van Vliet, he mentioned, I don't remember exactly what he said, but something to the effect of, when he was talking about his retirement, he mentioned Lesnar in Minnesota. And then obviously everybody immediately jumped to, SummerSlam is in Minnesota next summer. Could we see Brock Lesnar have a retirement match there? I think Cena may have made, I don't know if I'd have to go back and listen to the clips. I'm trying to remember if Cena mentioned it as something that Lesnar has said to him, or if he was just openly kind of like speculating on his own. I think he said something to the effect of, or at least it came off as if it was something that Lesnar said to him. And he kind of just sort of let it slip out. So it's possible, again, obviously TBD, but it is possible that we could be seeing a Brock Lesnar retirement match at SummerSlam next summer in Minnesota.
Good. The sooner the better.
I think maybe Lesnar himself has said that, he's he's thinking about retirement, or he's on his way out, or he's done. He doesn't want to continue much further.
Yeah, I mean, he's barely in anyway.
Right, part time as fuck now. How many more part time dates you gonna squeeze out?
He's like a part timer.
Yeah, he's at that Undertaker status now. I'm gonna pop up once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Tyler, let's get your insight on some of this. What's up?
Where do I begin? Well, for one, dislike the fact that it's Gunther. I understand what Doyle and Dre are saying, and how maybe Gunther, in their mind, is more polished and ready to move on. I want to take a nap every time I see a Gunther match. Yeah, every time. I like on everything I love. Every time that guy comes out, instant snooze fest for me. There's just no interest in watching Gunther. So
I can understand that.
So I would have much preferred seeing Carmelo Hayes or anybody else. I think Carmelo Hayes would sell more than Gunther, and I think he's some promo work, some mic work. But I think he'd be a heck of a lot better of a draw, and I think he's closer to being ready than Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
If in a sense of in-ring talent, he's more interesting to watch in the ring. Maybe he's not as polished on the mic as Gunther is, but I think for that big push for Hayes, it would have been something to light a fire under his ass and be like, okay, here. And it sucks to know that it's Gunther, because I want to say 8 times out of 10, the way I see this playing out in my mind is that Gunther wins it. And that's just kind of match that they put on for him, except for that whole, debacle where he had the championship, then he lost it, then he won it again, then he lost it again, which I understand that losing it again, he legitimately got injured.
Right.
But I know he's a dominant guy, and they'll probably give him the W. John Cena. I think John Cena goes out with the W. I'm sticking with it.
All right, man.
I'm gonna eat crow on that.
Dude,
interesting to say the least. I kind of get I get what you're saying as far as Gunther being somewhat boring in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I will concede that his style doesn't necessarily create for a whole lot of excitement. It is very much reliant on who his opponent is, because his style itself is very straightforward. It's kind of a ground and pound brutality, beat him up, slap your freaking heart out your back through your chest type style, which admittedly doesn't create for a whole lot of excitement. So a lot of the interest does depend on either the story that's told in the ring with his opponent or the abilities of his in-ring opponent. So I do get it from that standpoint. And as far as, I think Gunther's character is way more developed than Carmelo's. Like, Carmelo on the roster right now really doesn't have much of a character. It's kind of he's just the cocky, arrogant young guy. But other than that, Carmelo really hasn't developed his character much further, whereas Gunther, to me, I think Gunther's character was more interesting when he was the IC champion and he was just like, I'm this wrestling machine, and he kind of respected his opponents, but at the same time acknowledged, I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I acknowledge you as a challenger. I welcome your challenge, but I'm also going to kick your fucking ass. See,
I'm a dog walk.
To me, since Gunther kind of introduced a level of cockiness or arrogance to him after becoming champion, to me, that made him a little bit less interesting because it just made him kind of more like everybody else. So that's just my take on his character evolution. But obviously, there's still much more. This isn't the finished product of Gunther. So I'm sure his character will continue to evolve more over time. Even if I think right now he's not as interesting as he was in the past.
We get Gunther not being everybody's cup of tea.
I mean, I've been here since Walter, so NXT UK. So I've been always on the Walter Gunther boat, but everybody has their favorite type of tea. Mine happens to be Gunther. So, well, I mean, Tyler. When you come over, I'll see if you stay awake. What was that?
What's that?
I said, Tyler, when you come over, we'll see if you stay awake during that Gunther match.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'll bring the 24-ounce Red Bull can with me.
God, John Cena's last match, just disrespect.
Just if anybody else saw this, but I just read, I don't know how true it is or not, that this is actually the opening match for the night. I don't know if that was noted or not.
Yeah.
Just saying, but I just...
Cena Gunther, I still have my doubts. Go ahead, Doyle.
Yeah, like I said, the only way I could see that happening is if it leads to something else that ends the show somehow. Like, maybe they really did work out a deal with Edge, and he's like, I can't let your career end like this, or something, to bring it back at the end. It has to end the show. It can't. I don't see how it would open the show and then be anything left after. That would suck all of the air and all the oxygen out of the arena. It just doesn't seem like that would work out.
It's way too much of an emotional letdown.
Yeah. I thought that's what you guys were talking about earlier, but my headphone kept cutting in and out. So I apologize for bringing that up again.
Oh, no worries.
You're good.
I couldn't find records from like the 80s or whatever, but so I only can go off 2025. But I sat down today and figured out how many Dunkin' Donuts are between where I grew up and where Cena grew up, and it's 10. 10 Dunkin' Donuts away.
Ah. You heard it here first, people.
That's right, kids. Breaking news. John Cena and I grew up 10 Dunkin' Donuts away from each other.
Oh, my God.
Back in the day.
Speaking of, when they had the final Boston Garden episode for Cena, and Triple H was there, I remember saying something in the Discord about how, like, Triple H is from 25 minutes away from the Boston Garden, and there's absolutely no connection whatsoever with him in Boston. I think he's a Boston sports fan, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
And then Cena had, they've been doing those little interview clips with Cena on the shows, which have been pretty good, actually. But one of them, he said something about how, like, the school that Triple H learned to wrestle at was 20 minutes away from where he grew up, and he had no idea. And I just thought that was funny. I was like, oh, it's funny because all these guys were right, basically next to each other, and I was right in the middle of them. But
it was the Killer Kowalski School for Wrestling, wasn't it?
It was, yes. Another thing, speaking of John Cena, we have been talking about him, haven't we? One thing that will always eternally drive me crazy is I've seen this man on TV in a Jets jersey, in a Montreal Canadiens jersey, in a Lakers jersey, in a fucking Yankees jersey. Well, yeah, but of course. Well, my point is, like, Ben Affleck shut down Gone Girl for a week because he refused to wear a Yankees hat. But you got Cena out there wearing Yankee stuff and Lakers stuff and Jets stuff. He really ought to be ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
Hey, that man had mercy himself.
All those Make-A-Wish kids, fuck them. He's wearing Yankee shit on TV. I can't have it.
God.
Man had mercy himself. He had to put his fandom to the side.
Right.
He's out of the Chatterhead tribe.
I should not have found out as funny as I did. I apologize.
Also, in the news, I'll bring up that John Cena signed a 5-year contract with WWE as a Legends contract, ambassador contract. But I do have audio.
Do we think he immediately goes in the Hall of Fame next or this coming class?
Yeah, I think so. But I heard
Yeah.
I got an audio clip of him announcing it yesterday. Here it is. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving! The show goes on! This is my home! They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here!
Yeah, more like
I don't think he's gonna. He'll be back on TV, but I don't think he'll ever wrestle again.
No,
he's not gonna retire 107 times like Terry Funk did.
No, but
I think he really will. I think he really will be done.
But you know what,
but
Doyle?
He'll still come around every now and then.
Doyle, we've said that before.
Clear that this was the retirement of his in-ring career, not
I mean,
stepping away from wrestling.
Now that before you played that, now that I said it, I think the show's going to end with, "Oh, John, by the way, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame now. Yeah. You and my wife will be in the Hall of Fame together."
I could see them doing that. Them announcing, like, as he's going out, and you're the induction.
One more thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That one more thing type thing. Because as of right now, they don't have a headliner.
Yeah.
And, they announced Stephanie, but I don't think anybody thought
They've never announced people Hall of Famers this early.
It's pretty fucking early.
Stephanie was just an anomaly.
Yeah. Stephanie.
That was weird, though. Just, like, out of the blue for that PLE to just have Undertaker sitting there or cutting it up. And then, oh, by the way, like, has it made a dozen other PLE appearances and that just could have happened at closer to WrestleMania instead of all the way back then and nothing since?
That was at WrestlePalooza, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. It was.
That's why they did
something.
Yeah, they needed something to pad that little bullshit ass show with.
Yeah, now that you say it, it makes sense.
I wonder who's going to be at ringside for Saturday. That might be interesting. Might we get Angle? Certainly I would think JBL probably. Some of those types of things. Now, of course, Vincent Kennedy McMahon has been rumored to be in attendance, and so is a certain other WWE Hall of Famer.
That's the real interesting thing. Who's going to be there that can't be shown on camera? Because I can see a lot of the wrestling stars coming out to be there for it, but only so many that WWE can actually show on camera.
The people that you see pictures of like 3 days later from behind the scenes.
Yeah, the ones that'll leak online in like photos and stuff like we didn't, obviously they didn't show it, but it turns out I think Mercedes Moné was at Survivor Series, right?
I saw the same information.
Yeah, I saw that somebody said post a picture that like she was there, but just up in the crowd, like up in a suite or something like that.
Yeah, it was like sunglasses and a hood on.
Right.
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
Gentlemen.
So, I mean, I can absolutely see Adam being there.
Yeah.
I have the next bracket. I'd like to, not the next thing in our bracket I'd like to bring up. The next match. If that, tickles your fancy.
Tickle it, baby.
All right, guys. We have the phenomenal AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels in his prime. Now, we have that match versus Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk. These are guys in their prime. It's a fantasy match we cannot have. this is a fantasy match a lot of us wanted to see. So, with that said, who wants to go first? No, don't all rush at once. You see, I think about this.
I'm still trying to figure out what makes Austin versus Punk a dream match.
You don't.
I get that they're two guys who never wrestled each other, but I don't know. That combination doesn't strike me as dream match status.
You don't think so? You don't think they could draw up a good storyline?
Yeah, I mean, their characters have certain similarities, I suppose. They're both, anti-authority kind of people.
I suppose. I mean, that's probably about the gist of it. If you go with, Punk being anti-authority towards, Triple H and them, and then obviously what Stone Cold did with Vince.
I mean, you could do Straight Edge versus Beer Drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, there's that.
I mean, that's always Punk's angle when he's a heel. It's I'm better than you because I don't drink or do drugs.
The first option was what? You said the first option was AJ Styles versus Shawn?
Yeah, versus Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I'm going with AJ versus Shawn. That would still be by far the better match. And
bell to bell.
Storyline bell to bell, that match would just cook. That would cook. And the thing about it is you could go with two different versions of both characters and still get a great match. You could go you could go first run Shawn versus TNA AJ Styles and have a classic.
Right.
Or you could go second run Shawn versus WWE AJ Styles and
I was going to ask with Shawn pre or post back injury.
Yeah, either one of those pairings is a classic match.
I know. Tyler, come on, man. Nothing.
I mean,
right.
I know. I will once again fight the flow of things, and I'm going to have to say Stone Cold and CM Punk. AJ is cool. I like AJ. Like I believe he's beginning of his WWE career to now, and I've seen some of his TNA work. Phenomenal wrestler.
Right.
Shawn. The only time I was really ever interested in Shawn was when he was in DX. When him and Triple H were running around causing havoc, like, kind of awesome. Laughed my ass off. They had great matches. Like, obviously they were tagged, but him standalone, I couldn't really get into him. You know what I mean? And I understand he's like one of the, do I say greatest of all time? Do I dare say that?
Okay.
So, apologize for all the noise. There's an accident right out front of my building. But Triple H, the beginning of the Attitude Era and the revival of the WWE happens with not Triple H, Stone Cold. And CM Punk, in his own way, tried doing the same thing, in an albeit completely different way. I think he tried to deliver a new life in a different way, in his own style. And maybe it didn't work out for him the same way that it did for Stone Cold. Mm-hmm. But I believe they are both on an even playing field when it comes to technicality in the ring. They're not high flyers. They're not like high flyers. They're not like, jumping off of the ropes and, all that stuff. So you're going to get more just like on the mat technicality, and I just think it would be a whole lot more interesting of a match. I don't know. I'm sticking with it though. CM Punk, Stone Cold.
All right, man. Well, I mean, majority votes. I think we're going to be moving forward here with HBK versus Shawn Michaels. But it's interesting. I know, sad face. What was interesting, though, Tyler, is we will be revisiting.
For what it's worth, if it had been any other brawler versus Stone Cold, I probably would have taken that match. But I don't give a shit about Phil. I really don't. I prefer the brawling kind of style. So if it was Stone Cold versus some other kind of brawler type character, or wrestler rather, I would take that over the High Flyers. But I don't care about Phil. Anyway, sorry.
No. I get it. What else did I want to bring up? Ooh, guys, we sold 2 shirts from our store the other day. One of them I bought, because I was like, we got the 4 new logos up, at lower prices. So yeah, I was definitely down to buy a shirt. So that should be here within the next week or so. And I don't know if I can see the email of whoever bought the other shirt. Sometimes I can, depending on, I can't see. I think Lena bought a t-shirt, another listener of the show. It's awesome.
Thank you, Lena.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for, to have yourself a nice PCW shirt, head on over to ProWrestlingTees.com, and we have 4 new ones up. We only have to sell like 15 more or something like that now, and then we're gonna get unlimited designs, and we no longer are handcuffed by the 4 designs. We have so many more I want to put up there. I may rotate them out every month if I can until we get the 18 more sold. But I splurged, man. I got the V-neck with the extra soft, material. So I spent the extra like $5 or something, whatever it was, because I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. If actually is an option, always take it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Man, I want a hoodie, man. And when we get to that point, when we get to hoodies and hats and whatnot, ooh, baby, we're living it up. I'm also working on stickers, because I want to be able to just put our logo and the QR code on a sticker and hand them out at wrestling events. I think that'd be nice. So, slapping them on the bathroom walls. I don't know. Whatever. Once they're out of my hands, they're out of my control. So, once I hand them out.
Getting the DX one.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I want to get myself a DX shirt, a version, and an NWO version of our PCW shirts. I want to pick myself up one of each. Hell yeah. You know what? Do you guys want to add anything else? I mean, this is a short episode, but it's also a short PLE. I got nothing else to plug, man.
There's anything else to add? So. I mean, if only other thing that's really happened in wrestling of interest is the seminar that Bayley had. What was it called? Lodestar or something like that. That she had where she invited out a bunch of women's wrestlers from smaller territories in the indie scene, and they got to work with stars and stuff. Like, I just want to give her props for that, because that is beyond phenomenal. And she did it on her dime.
Right.
And she flew everybody out there. She paid for them to stay. Yeah.
Yeah, and and shout out to everybody else who helped her out, like Tyson Kidd and them, his gym or whatever or his wrestling school, they were able to use that. And it seemed like
Cena did a whole day there, supposedly.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. A bunch of women, a bunch of folks from WWE helped her out. Like, some of the referees were there, helping to work the matches. I saw Bianca, Rhea, Charlotte, who else? A bunch of other women that were there, as well as, like you said, John Cena, who was there for a whole 8 hours, watched every match, gave him feedback. So, I mean, that's just beyond incredible for her to do that for the women on the independent scene, helping them learn and advance in their careers and stuff like that, man. Bayley's got to be protected at all costs.
I could see her doing something more when she's finally done wrestling. Right. I could see her starting her own kind of promotion maybe or something, or being a head writer somewhere, or a big time member of the creative team or something. So I think she has the they always said Scott Hall and Jake Roberts especially had great minds for wrestling, but they were fucking complete messes. So you might actually have the great mind without being a complete fucking train wreck of a human being. So it would be great if she could stick around in the business once she's done actively in the ring, because I think she, and she's a lifelong fan. I think that would be good for us as fans, and maybe good for her and good for other women's wrestlers everywhere.
Yeah, I think Bayley is one of those who will definitely be a lifer in the professional wrestling business, whether it's with or without WWE. I think WWE would be foolish to let her get away from them whenever she does hang it up. They'd be wise to try to keep her in the company as much as they can, whether it's oh, you're done you're done wrestling? All right. Well, you want to be a writer or, a head writer or, a head producer or something? If I was WWE, I'd be doing everything I can to keep her in the company.
But I also could see her being let's say she has 2 years left on whatever her contract is right now. I don't know what it is, but let's just pretend. I could see her at the end of that being you know what? I want to go wrestle in Japan, and I don't care how much less of a pay cut I have to take or whatever. I'm sure she's got plenty of money. I could see her going, fuck it, I'm just going to go do that for 2 years because I want to, and I think, I could see her doing
I'm just
that.
saying, I'm just speaking from WWE's perspective. If I'm WWE, I'm doing everything I can to keep her.
I chain her to the radiator. Yeah.
Right. I'm doing everything to keep her in the company in some capacity, even if it's, not if her in-ring career ends, or she doesn't want to wrestle with us anymore, like what they're doing with what they've given Natalya now. Obviously, she's not doing much in-ring WWE wrestling, but they're allowing her to perform in other companies. Like, hey, if I got to let you do that to keep you here within the company, okay. You want to go to New Japan? Cool. Just, stay within the fold as long as you ain't anything to keep her, if I'm WWE, anything to keep her away from AEW.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a big, it's going to be a big siren call when and if she's ever a free agent, because Mercedes is in her ear.
Yep. And that's assuming that Mercedes, is still there whenever Bayley's career winds down, because her future is obviously. Because she's either way. Bayley is a treasure to the wrestling business, to the wrestling industry. Period. So, whatever she does, she's clearly going to be an asset and going to be contributing positively in some way, shape, or form to the wrestling long after her in-ring career is over.
Agreed.
Tyler, you got anything you want to plug, buddy?
I have nothing to plug. I am plugless. Unfortunately. But I do want to thank y'all for inviting me on. I wish I could have had more to say about some things. I feel like I was ill prepared for tonight, but I'm glad that I had a chance to be here, and thank you.
Man, you're not ill prepared.
Don't apologize for nothing, man. Your 2 cents are just as valuable as everybody else's 2 cents.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
We're no more important than anybody else. So, but yeah, man, that's all I got for this week. I mean, we're just doing these back-to-back episodes. It just seems like WWE gives us no fucking chill, and It's coming, guys. The Slammy Awards. They're coming. They're always creeping up on us.
Ooh.
We always get them we do them after the holidays because it's less chaotic that way to do the Slammy Awards. Oh, God. I love it. Match of the
Speaking
year
of which, I had an idea for two new awards, and I can only remember one of them right now.
I'm all fucking ears.
It was two of them that popped in my head, but I can only think of one right now, and one of them I would call, in the spirit of John Cena's retirement, I would call it the My Time Is Now Award, and that would be the superstar that we think is going to be the next big breakout star in the following year.
Okay.
And whenever I think of the other one, I'll mention it in the Discord whenever I remember it.
Okay. I should like that. I'll have to add that on. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. I mean,
all right.
Yeah, let's play ourselves. Let's get the hell out of here, fellas. What am I gonna play ourselves in? Oh, I got a sound bite.
I don't even know if that's PG. dumbest son of a bitch.
The fact that day in and day out, for almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
You are not ready for Oscar!
Because the Street Profits are up and we want the smoke. You're about your songs, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. New day!
The cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness here.
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show.
Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy.
Because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome!
Those rotten bastards.
Bye-bye, bitch.